Welcome back to another video. Just like all my episodes start out, it's the middle of the night. A little difference in this one. Usually I start at like 10, 12. Now it's 3:50 in the morning and we just getting started. So to kick off the morning, I got a little bit of breakfast right here. Sponsor me please, I'm broke. On today's agenda, we do have to get the titanium silver M5 brakes bled on my F80 with the heat. This carbon trim started peeling back, so unfortunately I did have to find a replacement. Luckily I was able to find somebody in Las Vegas that actually had a full set of F80 trim. I was looking on eBay, everything was like $700, $800 plus shipping and tax. So luckily I picked up this set for $350. Looks to be in perfect condition. It was like a 30-40 minute drive, but we scored a full set, so I can just replace this and now I won't have to deal with my car having this. I'll show you guys that in a bit. But first, let's focus on the titanium silver M5 and let's try to get these brakes bled, because I did list that car for sale, but I need to be able to drive it more. I took it for a quick drive and the brakes were non-existent. So let's go ahead and hook this back up and let's try to do this without hopefully having to do anything in the computer. You should be able to just do this manually. So let's go ahead and give this one more shot. Okay, here we go. Here is the setup. I put this a little over the manual for the actual bleeder said like 10 psi, but I'm gonna put it at 15. Maybe we'll have some better luck with some higher pressure. I got like a quarter to half of the liter of brake fluid in the actual drum. So hopefully this right here, we're all good, hooked up to the reservoir. We have the wheel off, so I'm gonna come around here. We're gonna put on the bleeder and I'm gonna crack it, and hopefully we get a bunch of actual bubbles coming through the line. So let me get set up and let's hopefully this goes through and goes smooth. I'm just letting this go ahead and fill up and bleed as much as it really wants to. It's not losing pressure, so we're good. It doesn't seem like anything's not going as planned. It seems like there are hundreds of micro bubbles that are coming through the line, if not just extremely dirty fluid. So worst case, I'm keeping an eye on the fluid in here and the fluid on the reservoir, and it's staying right here. We're perfectly at max, so I'm just gonna let it do its thing. I read the reviews of this bleeder and everyone else said they literally just sat here and waited for it and their car came out perfectly. So it looks like there's, I don't think I'll be able to get it to focus. It just looks like there's, yeah, maybe you can see that. I don't know, maybe it's just extremely dirty, or that is really just micro bubbles that are hundreds, if not thousands of them. So maybe something got messed up before and it pushed the bubbles through or broke up the big bubbles, and now I have hundreds, if not thousands of little ones. I guess we're just gonna sit here, let it do its thing. Worst case, I do have another liter of brake fluid. I shouldn't have needed that much, but I mean, worst case, only like 20 bucks a liter. And luckily they do sell the liquid moly .4 at local AutoZone. So worst case, we'll have to go back and get some more, but I don't think we should. Hopefully this will let it do its thing. Fluid is extremely dirty, just letting this sit here, taking a little break while the valve bleeds. This is my newest child. She's about 3 months old and she got a whole house. Continuing to bleed the brakes. I already did this and I disconnected everything, turned the car on, and the brake was slightly better but still very spongy. The only reason why I stopped doing it is because I put in about a quarter of a liter and this ended up going dry. So as soon as I noticed the reservoir drop the slightest in level, that's when I closed everything up, disconnected everything properly, turned on the car, tested it. Wasn't good enough, so I filled it up with a whole new liter of the liquid moly. Got my trash pile in here and we're sitting here slowly bleeding. Pretty much most of this came out of the other side already, so I'm bleeding this quite a bit. I'm noticing mostly it's like basically a bunch of the tiniest little bubbles. It's really hard to see on camera. I don't think it will focus, but as I'm watching the line, I can just see the tiniest little bubbles come through. So every couple seconds, I'm kind of closing it back up, going through, pressing the brake and holding it, opening it back up, and I'm getting more and more bubbles, and just letting it slowly kind of drain and bleed itself. We're still holding 10 psi in that. The reservoir is all the way at the top, so we are good with that. I'm just gonna keep at it, and then hopefully when I stop seeing everything in this line, just like the other one, I saw no more bubbles, no more micro bubbles, nothing like that. Right now, pressing the pedal, it is extremely firm, so that's nice to feel. Let's bleed this out a little bit more, and then let's go ahead and test it again. I just went through literally like a 1.5 liters of brake fluid, and this is the best that I could get it. I guess I'm gonna take it for a drive. I already know this is not good. This is not exactly where it should be, and this is still spongy. I just can't believe that I went through that much fluid, the power bleeder, trying different methods, different things, and it's still spongy. I looked up everything online, and everyone in the forums was saying you don't need to go into IMPA to activate ABS, you don't blah 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 blah. The brake light is on, but I did mess with the sensors, so that might not be properly connected right now. But I guess let's go see if this is even bearable, or if this car still has no brakes. We'll give it a try. I need to get more brake fluid already, because that was literally all 2 liters while I went through bleeding. So let's go see if this is even good enough to drive. Expectations are low, but I guess if this doesn't work, then we do have to go and figure out IMPA, go get more brake fluid, and we're gonna have to do this again. But damn, I can't win with this car. I can't win with either one of these cars. I should have just, you know, never been a car guy. But all right, let's put the wheels back on, clean up a little bit, and I guess take this for a quick spin around the block and see at least what we're dealing with. I took this for a drive the other day. Literally no brakes at all. I had to use the e-brake to stop this car. The pedal was on the floor, and barely then it wouldn't even stop. So let's see how we're doing now. It's obviously, it is 100% an improvement. Let's go see on the road how much of improvement it really is. Got the car back on the ground, currently in the car right now, and this pedal is just straight going to the floor. Don't mind my dirty ass socks. That's what we get for working in slides. The pedal is like, it's good. It's good as I'm pumping it. As I'm pumping it, it starts to come back, but when you actually need to use the brakes, it's pretty much going to the floor. It is stopping. It's stopping once you actually get past like the sponginess. Once you actually get more into like the last half of the pedal, it is stopping. It's perfectly fine, but it is super spongy. So I don't know, I think it's because I had the brake line disconnected for so long, and then trying to mess with it bleeding, I think we broke the bubbles up a bunch, and now it's just a bunch of little bubbles. I really have no idea. I guess we are gonna have to try the bleeding it through the computer and activating the ABS pump. I think that's our next option. I have to see if this car will connect to IMPA. I gotta see if I'm having troubles with the Avis car because it's the car, or I'm having trouble because maybe one of the cables I have aren't connecting properly because the pins or whatever. I don't know how to do that either. So if anybody has a link or something that how to connect the pins, how to whatever you do, I have no idea. I think you solder the last couple pins together and bypass it. But let me know in the comments down below. We're gonna get this figured out. It's better. It's not there, but it's better. So I guess that's one thing out of the way, sort of. It's better. It's dry. I guess it's drivable. If you pump it, there's pressure. When you let it, I guess, sit or actually have to use it, it's very spongy and pretty much goes to the floor, but it does stop. But other than that, the car is running great. AC is ice cold. I hate that radio screen, but this AC is literally ice cold on the lowest setting, so that's great. Yeah, so I did post this car for sale, so I'm trying to get it figured out because I do want to have this car accessible if somebody wants to come test drive it. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna figure it out, but I guess It's starting to get light outside. It's gonna get extremely hot. So let's hop over to the F80, go swap that carbon trim, at least get that out of the way. That's something that we can knock out real quick. Now that it's actually daylight, you guys could finally get a real view of the car. We've been working in the dark for so long. This looks amazing on the actual Style 65s. Putting on OEM wheels was definitely the move. I think it fits this car way better than the Avis Blue. I'm actually happy with how this car looks. It is very low on these wheels. You couldn't really tell before, but these wheels actually look amazingly good on this car. Dang, never thought OEM wheels would look so good. With the beautiful Stop Tech brakes hiding behind it, the beautiful big brake kit that does not stop. That's me. This car actually looks very good stock form. I'm surprised. So yeah, this car is for sale. I posted it at $14,500 just because we still have the $5,000 Stop Tech big brake kit, the Dyna mufflers, and the refinished Style 65. So if you factor it in, it's really a 10K car with some extra goodies involved. I think the Avis car actually looks sick with the carbon diffuser on the blue and putting this car on the BBS CHs. Still dark in the garage, but let's go ahead and swap over to the F80 and get that carbon trim swapped out. Let me show you what actually happened to mine. This interior is so beautiful. I'm so happy we got this. Anyways, enough of that. This is currently what happened. This sun is insane out here. So it's good on this corner, but coming over here, you can see this is elevated and unglued. Up here, completely came unglued. This is sticking out. You can fit your whole finger back here. This is where it's tough. This is where it's tight. You can't fit anything. Coming over here, you could literally tuck your whole finger under here. Clearly, you can see where this is. I've heard of this before. I know it is somewhat of a common issue, especially in this heat. This car doesn't have the greatest tint, and I'm trying to find somebody in Vegas that tints. But yeah, so this is disgusting. And I've had this mark here for the longest that I can't get out. So I guess 2 birds, 1 stone. And let's go ahead and swap this out. Another thing that is absolutely bothering me is, if you guys remember when we first got this car, I had to swap over the screen, and mine came damaged from when I got it from the dealer. And I don't think you can see, hold on, let's easily turn this on. I don't know how, but this giant circle, it's literally a perfect circle though. It's literally a perfect circle appeared on the screen of dead pixel. I find it weird and kind of a coincidence that with the heat, this literally randomly happened, and like 2-3 days later, this happened. I don't know if heat can cause this or what it is, but it's literally a perfect circle burned into the screen. I didn't hit it, I didn't touch it, and it's been moving. I use this as a reference. I don't think I can pull it up because the car's not on, but using the power display, you could literally see it. It kind of moves up and down, left and right a little bit. It stays frequently in the same spot, but it does move around. Let me know if you guys have any issues with this. I don't know if there's some weird bug. Maybe it's the screen, or I really hope I don't have to replace this. I'm assuming I have to, but I don't know why this shit would pop up out of nowhere. That's insane. Literally a perfect circle that moves. So I don't believe it's just completely dead pixel, then it wouldn't move. And it's literally a perfect circle. Usually a dead pixel will pop up like 1 or 2 small spots and then just grow. Literally one day, completely fine, turn the car on, next giant little circle, perfect, that moves. Let me know. It's a little weird, but I guess it's ahead of us. Let's go ahead and swap this out, one problem at a time. Maybe I can reglue this, because when it kind of gets hot, it kind of starts forming back down. So we'll try to reglue it, have a backup, but let's swap it. So much better, nice and OEM again. I guess I learned my lesson. I'm not parking anywhere without my sunshade, even at my own house. I guess, I don't know, I gotta get this thing tinted, and hopefully we don't have to deal with this again, but we should be all good for now. Looks much better. None of that little blob in the trim. Only thing bothering me is there are a couple scratches in the vent, but they should be able to pop them out. I'll test it on the broken one, that way I don't mess up the good one, just in case, worst case scenario. But yeah, we're fully swapped over, looking great again. Cleaning up a little bit while I'm in here. I need to get a new shift knob, but the I&D ones, I want the suede one, with the ZHP illuminated. I know you can recreate it yourself, but the shift knobs, they don't really come illuminated and they don't come one piece. So we're gonna order the I&D one at some point, but it's like $700 for the shift knob, shift boot, and e-brake boot. Not even the handle. Have to order the handle separately in order. I don't know, it's weird because they sell the shift boot, but the stitching is a different pattern. They sell the shift knob and shift boot, but I think it only comes in the X cross, where it does the M color stitching, but it's X'd. I don't really prefer that. I just like the normal straight line stitch, but I don't think you can get it in the ZHP knob. It only comes in the M Performance knob. That bothers me, so I don't know really what I'm gonna do. I don't like the M Performance. I want ZHP with the straight stitching, M stitching, and the matching e-brake boot with the carbon handle. I think that would look sick. But I guess we're gonna see what we could do. I'm gonna clean up a little bit. I'm gonna clean up my steering wheel because on my view it looks fine, but then when you see it on the back, it's disgusting. So I'm gonna clean up that because it bothers me when I see it looking into the car. And then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this episode up. Another light episode. Got to get a couple more things done, but I gotta change my sleep schedule. I'm trying to work on that. I have a few days off. I used to go to sleep at like 8 a.m., wake up at like 3 or 4 p.m. Now I need to do the opposite. I need to wake up at like 4 a.m. and I need to go to sleep as soon as I possibly can. I've been working nights for like 4.5 years, and now I got to go to day shift. So I got 4 more days to change my sleep schedule. So that's why I woke up at 3 a.m. I only slept like an hour or two, and I woke up at 3 a.m. And I guess this is the progress. I got to stay up all day today. Usually after all these episodes, I go to sleep. Now I have to stay up. So this is the beginning of my day. So let's go ahead and clean the steering wheel, and it should be good from here. Avis Blue is hibernating. F80 M3 has the replaced trim now, cleaned up interior, and the E39 M5 in Titan Silver is sitting pretty with unbled brakes still and some beautiful wheels now. Get one more shot. It's a little bit lighter. Maybe look a little bit better with the brighter light. This car is what it is for now. I'm gonna go ahead and try to hook up the computer a little bit later, see what we can do. It's gonna get way too hot right now. I'm sure you guys are always hearing this from me, but I guess we made some progress. I gotta get some more brake fluid too, by the way, and I gotta drop off some core batteries either way. So I got a couple tasks to do, but I guess we made some progress, a little bit more learning experience. This is gonna be a little bit more work before it's finally set and done, but I did post it for sale. If anybody is interested, let me know. I posted it for $14,500. Of course, I will accept negotiations. If you have, who knows, maybe you have a parts M5 or a secondary M5. If you could bring stock brakes or take out the exhaust from the picture, possibly bring your own wheels, something like that. I'm willing to work with all types of deals, but I am trying to get $14,500 for it. If anybody is interested, let me know. If you want to take parts off, let me know. Real offers, DM me on Instagram. I'll put up my Instagram if anybody wants to DM or follow. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Sun's peeking through, and I guess we got some progress made. But yeah, you guys know the deal. We'll be back with hopefully some better updates once again. It's like the 4th, 5th video in a row. That's some real mid. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Later, guys. I appreciate every single one of you that's following along. Anybody that's new, hopefully we have some better content for you in the future. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll get back to you ASAP, guys. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back as soon as I can. Later, guys.